So you guys should be able to see this. So it says Chinese influencers must now have a qualification to talk about certain topics like law and medicine. So nowadays, like I said, somebody can literally get on the internet. They can talk about finance. They can talk about law. They can talk about medicine. You don't know if they got a degree. You don't know what qualifications they have. Now, China is implementing this, and they're actually, I actually read another article where they're thinking about making it even broader. So like I said, finance, crypto, all these different types of, well, maybe not crypto because they're not really feeling crypto, but finance for sure. But they're making sure that people that live stream, right? People that are influencers, that they're actually influencing people the right way. So let's read a little bit into this a little bit more. So online influencers in China must now have a qualification to talk about highly professional topics such as law, medicine, regulators said on Tuesday. There has been a push from China for greater control over areas such as Beijing, saying an influence society, including video games, live streaming, and celebrity culture. Now, China, as we already know, is somewhat, I guess, of a dictatorship, and pretty much whatever the hell they tell you to do, that's what you're going to do. Whatever type of time they're on, that's what you're going to be on, right? So this is kind of, unfortunately, another part of that. But I think, one small piece we could take from them would be that it would be nice if people on social media, live streams, YouTube, or so on and so forth, that you could actually ensure that they knew what they were talking about, right? That they at least had some kind of background, that they did this before, that they had other people do this before. So China is kind of trying to actually enforce that now. It says the latest rules from the two Chinese government agencies lays out a code of conduct for online influencers. And that's another thing about influencers, right? Or just having influence. So many people want followers. So many people want likes. So many people want this stuff. But what are you actually influencing people to do? What do you want all these followers for? Like, you following them to go where, right? So online influencers in China must now have a qualification to talk about certain topics like law and medicine. For content that requires a higher professional level, live streamers must hold a corresponding qualification to talk about those subjects. Wow. China's State Administration of Radio and Television and Ministry of Culture and Tourism said in a joint release. So, just like anything, this is kind of like a double-edged sword, right? So it's got good parts and it got bad parts, right? So the good part is supposedly these people will be qualified. Supposedly these people will be knowing what they're talking about. But the bad thing is, if there is any disinformation, if there is any things that aren't right, they're going to be the only people talking about it, right? So there won't be any other voice, right? There won't be any contradiction. There won't be any criticism. There won't be anything. So pretty much they're going to have somebody on there. This is the facts. You either rock with it or you don't. Now, like I said, a small portion of this would be nice here, just to make sure that, nobody's giving out disinformation, whether it's crypto, whether it's certifications, whether it's tech, whether it's finance, whether PPP. That's one of the things that a lot of people got messed up on. Now, a lot of people knew what the hell they was doing, but I think a lot of people actually got screwed with the PPP because there were a bunch of YouTubers, a bunch of finance people, a bunch of influencers that were telling people, hey, man, just sign up. Don't worry about it. Just say you got 10 employees. They'll give you 10 bands. And a lot of people are now, in jail doing federal time for that. So this is one of the cool things, like I said, that I was looking at, that they're actually making sure that, now when they say qualifications, I'm not sure if they mean like a certification or if you need a degree. It says influencers must show those qualifications in the live streaming platform they use. Those qualifications need to be reviewed by the platform. So I'm guessing it's you got to have some kind of credentials, whether it's a certification or a degree, whatever the hell you're talking about, you got to be able to prove to that platform that you know what the hell you're talking about. It says live streamers are not allowed to publish content that weakens or distorts the leadership of the Chinese. So that's one of the bad things, right? So say you're talking about law and medicine, and it actually makes the Chinese government look bad, or they're not feeling it. That shit is not going to work for them, right? So you got to understand they got a completely different government. But I think, like I said, the small little thing that we could take from this that I think will be pretty good is actually verifying people know what they're talking about. What does this say? Influencers are also not allowed to use something called deep fake technology. So if you don't know what a deep fake is, right? So deep fake technology is somewhat like um, filters, right? It's filters pretty much on steroids.